What's going on YouTube? In this video, I want to break down a little case study on how this client was able to generate $80,000 in the last 47 days running meta ads and making some extra money on top of what was already working for them. So just a little case study here. We were working with this client for around 47 days. Like I mentioned, we started working with them in December and it is currently January 16th, the day of filming this. So in the last 47 days, like I said, made $80,000 in revenue and we're averaging anywhere from 3 to 1K days. We're doing very well for this client, and we're going to definitely hit $100,000 in just 2 months. And you're going to see how much money this client has made even in the last 16 days, which is crazy. So let's break down where exactly they were before they started working with us. In the month of November, we just got in contact with them and wanted to finish up Black Friday before they started to jump into ads. So as you can see, this client did very well organically, doing around 35.6K, and they were averaging around a 1K day consistently, besides Black Friday, where obviously everybody fucking ripped on Black Friday. Now, the reason why this client wanted to actually start jumping into ads was because they were stuck at around $20,000 to $30,000 every month. They were doing well organically. They knew what converted. They had a good website. Everything was going well for them, but they wanted to reach that next level. So why exactly did we start to work with them and choose them as a client to bring on? Because we can't just work with everybody, right? We have to be very selective and very, we have to qualify our clients before we even start working with them, because we're at a point now where we only take on high quality clients who have this criteria. So good products. This client already had good products that were desirable to customers. He was getting lots of sales. We knew that these products were going to sell well. So next was getting organic sales. Now, there was already lots of proof of that. This client was doing well organically. So we decided that, why not add fuel to the fire? If they're getting sales organically, we know that this product sells, then definitely get some more eyes on it with paid ads and start to boost their sales. So next, we needed content that actually converts. Now, this client was not posting as much as they should have to actually reach their sales, and I believe that's one of the reasons why they were stuck at their 1K days that they were doing before. But clearly, what they were posting was converting. So we knew that this was a solid client, that if we could just get more eyes on that content and get some more content pushed out, then we knew that we were going to reach some new levels. And last thing that's often overlooked for marketing agencies is working with clients that actually have flexible budgets. For us, we cannot work with a client that has a very strict budget and cannot afford more than $20 a day on ads. It's just going to be really slow growth. We're not going to be able to scale very aggressively or very efficiently. And it's going to take a long time to even hit $10,000 a month. And you're going to see how much we've done in just the last 2 weeks with this client. So first steps after we get this client onboarded is to just really assess their brand. Like, where are they at? What is their biggest marketing struggles? And then solve all the front end problems before we even start running ads. And the reason why we do this is because why would we want to start running ads and putting money towards something that is not going to convert as high as possible? Now, obviously, this client already has a good website. They have good content. But if everything is not super dialed in as much as we'd like it to be, then we do not want to be running ads to it. It would just be a waste of our money. So where are they at with their brand? We knew that they were doing well. What is their biggest marketing struggles? One of their biggest marketing struggles was obviously just not being able to get as many eyes that they'd like on their brand. So they needed some paid ads. So to solve their front end problems, we just need to clean up that front end, their website, their content structure, and any email and SMS structure if needed. So to start off, we went through their website. It was good, easy to navigate and understand, but it lacks some urgency. Customers would leave their product in their cart because they didn't feel like they needed to buy that product right now. And the reason why that this is such a misunderstood concept for brands is that they have a really clean website with a good product and people want to buy it. That's not a problem. But do they feel like they need to buy it right now? And do they feel like they're going to miss out if they don't? So we added a simple announcement bar notifying customers that free shipping was ending soon, as well as some other things inside of the cart and just the product pages to make it a bit more scarcity based and urgency based for our customers to want to check out faster and be a bit more convinced in making their decision to put their card information in and complete that purchase. So once we got that in place, we moved on to their content. Now, like I said, this client was already doing solid organically, and it shows that they already know how to make content that converts. Now, all they needed to really do was just provide us with that content, and we'd publish it as ads. Now, like I said, they weren't posting as much as we'd want them to. So we got them to make a few more variations. They had 4 or 5 very good videos, but can we make 10? Can we make 15? Get some more volume out for us, especially for when we get to the later stages of scaling and increasing that budget. We don't want the ads to fatigue because we have, a low volume. Now, last part of it was their email and SMS marketing. They already had a strong email list, which we just used to provide customers who signed up with 10% off discounts and any new promotions that we were running. Now, from there, we started to implement some paid ads. As you can see, in the first month of working together, we only spent 2.4K to bring back 8.3K, and that's around a 3.5x ROAS, which is very solid considering their margins. And we were doing a very profitable month on such a low budget to start with, and only really started to scale up in the last week and a half. So, like I said, in the first week, we started on a low budget, testing only 5 videos, and because the Pixel was already receiving such solid data on who was purchasing from this brand, we just went straight into a sales campaign. Now, typically this isn't how we'd work. We'd like to warm up that Pixel if they have never ran ads before, and if they're not getting as many organic sales as they'd like, which most brands would come to us because they're not getting as many organic sales. Now, a brand like this, they're already doing very well, and they know that they just need to reach their next level. So that's why brands should be getting good organic sales before they even think about running ads. If you do not have products that sell organically, then why would you put money on top of it thinking that that's going to help it? Sure, you might get some more eyes, sure, you might get a sale or two here, but we'd like to warm up the Pixel and, just get some more eyes on the brand before we even start to run, higher budgets and sales campaigns, starting for like a lower funnel conversion event like a purchase compared to just a link click. So later on into the month, as we were profitable every single day, we were able to scale the budget rather aggressively because we were profitable, as well as thanks to the client being very flexible. So this allowed us to make an extra 8.3K and ended up reaching their record month of $48,000. Now, like I said, they were stuck between 20 to 30, and in November they hit their record month of 35 with Black Friday. So us being able to hit 48 was a big jump for them to end off the year of 2025, and we ended up crushing it. Now, how exactly do we go from $48,000 in a month to now making $32,000 in just like 16 days? Half the time, and we're able to, already beat their month of November. So how exactly were we able to do that? Now, obviously, we're running paid ads on top of it, and $8,800 of that came from the paid ads, and we spent 3.1K to bring back 8.8, so 2.8x ROAS. So the reason why the ROAS is a bit lower this month is because we were actually increasing that budget. Now, what happens when you increase the budget? You're obviously going to see your ROAS dip a little bit, and that's just because you're sending more money to Meta to reach more people. So as you can see, in just these last 2 weeks, we reached almost 300,000 people. What if we go back only 140,000? So you can see how much more people we're reaching, and we're able to make more money because of it, but our ROAS is going to tank a little bit. We're still very profitable, still in the green, so clients still happy. There's going to be 3 major reasons why we're able to actually get numbers like this and why it's even possible. Now, the first thing, like I just mentioned, is going to be just increasing that ads budget. As we're still profitable day after day, we just keep increasing that budget 20 to 30% every couple days. And as long as we're profitable, we can keep going up. If it's not, we can either stay the same or descale if needed. But the reason why we're able to continue to increase it and continue to stay profitable is on to reason number 2, which is just more variation of the creatives that are already the existing winners. Now, we showed this client which creatives were already performing the best, and they were actually able to recreate them with some more variation. And what I mean by variation is just different models, different products, different script, but the same angle and concept that is winning for them. So it could be making new creatives with the same model of a different script and a different product, or it could be the same script, different model, different product. You get the point. Lots of different variation. But what I mean by angle or concept is whatever the target of the video is. It could be talking about the shipping. It could be talking about the product features. It could be talking about the product benefits. It could be talking about the product quality. There's so many different angles and concepts that we were testing with this client in the creatives. And once we were able to kind of narrow down the concept that was winning the best, that's when we make a ton of variation of that concept. Now, all of that volume we were able to give Meta was super beneficial to us when testing. And as we go up, we kind of already understand what concepts and creatives are winning for us. And, as we go later into this month and even, continue down the line working with this client, we're going to see so much more volume and so much more revenue coming because we already know what is already working for them. And as they introduce more products, as we're able to introduce more creatives and introduce more spend, we're going to see even better return. And that's why the first month of testing, you want to be testing as much volume as possible. And that's what we were doing. So number 3, the biggest reason why this client has done so well and why you're seeing such good numbers that looks like it's coming from organic. As you saw, we've done $32,000 in total, and only 8.8 of that is coming from ads. That's because this client has a huge LTV, okay? So lifetime value of their customers. This client has just built a very strong relationship with their customers, meaning that if we spend money on ads to acquire a customer once, then the customer has a much greater chance of actually coming back to buy more or other products without even clicking on another ad. So the first month brought in so many new eyes and so many new viewers and followers to the brand that now they have such a large customer base to keep coming back. And the point of ads is just to just continue to scale them in views and scale them in new followers, as well as obviously get them more sales. But a lot of these clients' customers are actually returning customers coming back either from ads or from their organic side. So if you're a brand that is already doing well, but you're still struggling to expand and get more sales, and you're stuck trying to reach new audiences every time you drop products, then you do not have a good relationship with your customers, and you do not have a very high LTV of those customers. You need to have them keep coming back. You need to have them trusting you to spend more money. So for example, if we acquire a customer in $10 to $15 and they spend $50 with us, then they have bought from us, they've trusted us, and we spent 10 and they spent 50, so we made $40 on them. Now, if that same customer comes back for more later, and they might just go straight to the Instagram or straight to the website without even clicking on an ad, meaning we spent $0 to acquire them this time, and because they have already trusted us and have already bought from us, they might spend 50 again, or they could spend $100 or $200 this time, meaning that's $200 back that we didn't even spend on ads to acquire this customer. So building customer relationships and having a trustworthy brand that keeps customers coming back is going to be so valuable when it comes to actually scaling your brand to higher numbers. You can do 1K days and do a 30K month, but when you're about to reach those new levels, you need to have a certain trust factor with your customers to keep them coming back, so you don't have to keep fighting to reach new audiences every time. Now, with all those methods and that system that I just explained, like I was saying at the beginning, in the last 47 days, this client made $80,000 in revenue. And in those last 47 days, 17K of that has come from ads. Now, if you want this full system implemented into your brand, go ahead and go down to the description. See my Instagram there. You can DM me, coach your brand, see exactly where you're at, and see if you are ready to put a system in place to reach those new heights. If you already have a good product, if you already have good content, and you're getting organic sales, but you want to reach that new level, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month to reach your first 20, 25, 30, even $50,000 a month, then we can get started working together and we can get you right. Now, if you're also watching this video and you're curious about how I do this for a living, marketing for clothing brands, then you can go down in the description as well, or to my Instagram and join the completely free Discord. I do not sell a course or anything. Join the completely free Discord weekly coaching calls. I'll teach you how to sign your first client, start running ads for that client, and how you can start implementing systems like this to reach these big numbers for your clients. Now, if there's any other questions or any more videos that you want to see breaking down how to run ads for brands or any little nitty-gritty stuff for marketing in general, go ahead and leave a comment in the description as well, and I will see you guys in the next one.